And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they just take the Oracle anyway, and now it's gonna be that much more difficult to go on Ray Lalisa. He can play very aggressive. Earth Spirit's good pickoff though, a good pickup for sure.
Yeah, they could run this potentially mid or as a position 4 here. Very rarely do I ever see it in position 5, but once in a while it is played in the mid lane.
10
This,
seconds.
yeah, you kind of have. You're either an Earth Spirit player or you're not. Though I'm not. Does not play Earth Spirit mid? I don't know enough about him.
I can't imagine it's mid Earth Spirit. It has to be a support, right?
Yeah,
Troll
I don't
Warlord.
mind. I don't mind Spirit hero in the mid lane here, but I'm thinking that it'll probably be a position 4. I think Ember or Void Spirit would definitely be better for matching up against the Storm.
10 seconds.
Ember doesn't feel that good because you can just burst your Flame Guide like right away. The moment you walk on top of you, the Remnant feels pretty bad. You don't do that much harass to him with a Slate of Fists because he's got so much armor. But you've got like decent catch for him. You've got good kill potential with any Spirit, like Ember or Void Spirit alongside Earth Spirit, though. You got good lockdown between the two. You've got decent gap close, so you can set a lot of things up. But it might be you need a hero with a little bit more early burst damage. I don't know. I'm thinking, yeah, they ban out Tiny. I think they get rid of the Void Spirit next.
Seconds remain.
I think it's Void Spirit is probably one of the better pickups for Wind and Rain here. Get rid of Rubik on the other side. That's why Rubik.
I mean, they played it last game, right? Like they picked it up last game for Yaren, and he did pretty well on it. But
yeah, but why here? It's not like there's anything that amazing to steal. That one's bizarre. An ultimate last pick falls to Wind and Rain as well. Potentially already have. Do you think they plan on taking something like No, that doesn't make sense either. Maybe a 4 or 5 Enigma? And then Earth Spirit in the mid?
I mean, that seems very strange.
Why Rubik, though? And then Skywrath Mage.
I don't know.
These are odd last bans. Also, they missed their last ban on DogChamp. They ran out of reserve time.
10 seconds.
Yeah, that's a classic. That happens all the time.
Something we didn't touch on yet.
Of the light.
At least they didn't random their last hero.
Yeah, there's going to be Yaren's Keeper of the Light. Something that we've talked about in both of the series, especially when you pair it with the...
Can we talk more about how they're out of time? They just missed a ban? Has this happened in any DPC games yet?
I don't think so. I don't think we've seen a team miss a ban. Maybe they're just not afraid of anything. Maybe this is just pure confidence.
Yeah, you know what? Pick whatever you want. We want to ban out the Tiny, and we want to let you have this last one.
It's pure confidence. That's all it is.
Yeah. They're in their brains right now. They're mind flayed, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, they've got a full minute to think about, and one less ban to decide with. I would have thought they had something in mind when they banned out that Rubik. The Skywrath Mage didn't make a ton of sense either, but I think they're just trying to get rid of Yaren heroes potentially. They wanted to deal with too much damage. I guess Skywrath would have been able to like do some decent zoning for the Timber Saw, right?
Yeah. It's also another hero Yaren loves to play, right? Like these are all heroes that he grabs that do to a lot of magic damage, and I think maybe they're just worried about the Timbersaw getting slowed down too much and not being able to make space for the Lifestealer. I honestly can't think of any other reason.
Mm-hmm. Oh. 10 seconds left to decide. Show me that Void Spirit. That's
an odd looking Void Spirit.
Yeah, this cosmetic is kind of red. It messes with the glance value for sure.
Yeah.
Difficult to tell. It looks kind of like I'm getting Shadow Fiend vibes from it.
Yeah, it looks a lot like that hero called Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. They've released cosmetics like this before. Like the Queen of Pain Arcana looking like the Vengeful Spirit. It's not great, but what can you do?
Yeah, what can you do?
Well, solid drafts from both sides. I gotta say, not a big fan of the Shadow Fiend pick or the odd looking Void Spirit here.
It is.
I don't think it's a great way of rounding things out. Not to mention the fact that the hero plays pretty bad against heroes that have an easy time getting on top of you. Ray
Yeah.
Lisa is going to be able to punish you super hard if you don't just absolutely dominate the lane. I almost go as far as to have the opinion that Shadow Fiend, it is very difficult to fit it into like a competitive team. Just because, yes, you can pump out a lot of damage with it, but you also get a lot of farm. You're forced to build defensive items. If not, you get blown up and just end up feeding gold back to the side of the enemy team. Dude, look at that Storm Spirit win rate.
There's a reason it's his best hero.
270 to 118. That is insane.
That's a lot. That's a lot of wins.
That's a big win rate.
Hey Neff, you know what I'm starting to feel about?
What are you feeling, Ricky?
I'm feeling like talking about our fantastic sponsor, XPG.
XPG, the same people of the Gunmetal Ultrabook.
Yeah, the Xenia Gunmetal Gaming Ultrabook. Actually, big fan of that computer. It's, you know, we talk about this, Neff. If we were to have one of these notebooks, so you know what we do. I know you talked about recently, you know, perusing your mansion, notebook in hand, playing Dota 2, looking at the freshest memes, watching the sickest games in the NA DPC. You know, it's things like that, you know, that get me excited for this notebook.
Mm-hmm. In massive frames. How many frames?
At
60
least
frames,
1,000.
75, 100, and 104, 1,000 frames? 1,000 frames.
It's a lot. The thing is, yeah, big shout out to XPG. We honestly just want to thank you guys a lot for sponsoring the NADPC. For those of you who are unfamiliar, definitely go check them out. There's links in chat as well as below. There is a giveaway. We'll give you some more details on that later. That is happening. Some sick XPG swag, as well as potentially some BTS swag. So definitely keep your eyes and your ears peeled for that one, as we'll go over those details a little bit later today. Yeah, we're just still on our regular pause here, Neff. Oh, good timing. You look at us.
They were waiting for you to finish.
Yeah, they knew. Like, hold on.
We got to check if they're listening in on us, by the way.
Yeah, so we need to hit up Nina and Dougie for this one.
Yeah. Our resident admins. And also Kyle, the cursed Kyle. I don't know what that one's all about. Yeah, subs in for days that Dougie and Nina are busy. Shout out to him. Beautiful, wonderful admin team.
Yeah, they really are the best in the business.
Mm-hmm. Despite, you know, being British.
Not everyone's perfect, Neff.
Some people, you know, they'd be Dota players if they weren't from the UK.
This is true.
Playing pretty tight to the runes right now. Luki's... What's with this, by the way? Do you understand why he's all the way by his tier 1 tower up in the off lane? Not far away from the rune spot?
He's a little bit confused, I think. I think he's just remembering the times of our past when, you know, bounty runes spawned on the other side of Roshan.
Mm-hmm.
And Yaren's like, hey, man, you know, just come back over this way, maybe. You know, I think you're in the wrong spot. Just got to keep Luki nice and attentive. He's getting he's getting forgetful in his old age.
My horses neigh, and so do I.
Compete for ultimate.
Oh, here we go. It's gonna be a 2-for-2 rune trade.
Very
Not
exciting
very
rune
exciting
trade.
stuff. Yeah. I like seeing these like these scrappy rune fights at the start where everybody's level 1. They struggle to kill each other and take so many auto attacks.
Yeah. I'm going to be very interested to watch this mid lane. Storm Spirit versus Shadow Fiend, if I'm not mistaken, is actually a pretty Shadow Fiend favored lane. And he gets the D ward right away, mid lane on Y. Pretty happy about that one.
A little bit of XP going his way. It's a shame he couldn't soak any of that up here on the SF, but he'll have to make do with what he's got. He used 2 raises already, and he managed to get 1 last hit with it.
Look at
Not a great way to
Zabo.
start.
He's just like sitting behind the mid lane, and he actually soaked a little bit of XP from his Shadow Fiend, and as a result, it's gonna actually slow him down to getting that early level 2. Like, he won't get it off the first wave.
Yeah, it is very important to get level 2 as quickly as possible. You can start building up that Necro Mastery. I mean, people started putting points into Shadow Rays at level 1 ages ago instead of, yeah, look at that. Now he's starting to build them up. People started putting points into Shadow Rays over Necro Mastery ages ago, but it's because it's like, okay, sure, I can start building up these stacks earlier on, but it, you know, not really my benefit if I'm missing every single last hit because I've got no base damage.
Not able to make it in. Oh, yeah, gonna miss that kill. He actually had vision there with the ward, and Yarn just kind of choked on that. But it's all right. It happens to everyone.
Not to me.
That's true. Neph doesn't make mistakes.
Spare me the tears.
True. Absolutely correct. Oh. They're gonna keep the aggression on down here. Say, gonna get as much harass off on a Lukey as he can.
Getting a deny on Coddle feels very good.
Yep. Over here in the mid lane, Redleys is forced to play a little bit further back. He's doing all right here in this matchup.
He got his bottle just now, so he's going to drag to the other side from the Shadow Fiend, whatever Shadow Fiend decides to do. He actually does have to be careful. He has the mana. You almost go down here on Madara. Can he get the high ground miss? He's actually going to get the bottle delivered, and as a result, going to full heal here on the Shadow Fiend. Just a little raise for good measure. That was so close. If that mid ward didn't get de-warded, Ray Elisa finds that kill, I think.
Yep. Would have had it. Plays aggressive here. Can't get any closer to HQ though. He's got 2 stacks of the Shadow Rays onto him. And of course, he's not able to contest that rune, sitting at 285 movement speed on the Storm Spirit here. Top lane, Say. Tries to from the Yarn, but walks away before he's at critically low HP. He's holding on to Stroke of Fade or a potential Inkswell. He's got a Mango in his backpack. They're gonna run him down now. He's got a Mango here on Lukey as well.
And doesn't even need it. He's got the Coddle. Nice spear, well placed into a full channel Illuminate. More auto attacks would find it. Yarn's got to chase him down. He pops a Fairy Fire. Nice play by Y. He's gonna be able to survive.
Stupendous.
Let's get out of that one. And now, Ray Lisa, I mean, he put that point into Electric Vortex. A lot of time we see that he doesn't really like doing that. Now, getting zoned out of lane here by the SF.
Yeah, it's a rough lane for sure. We'll probably see Ray Lisa recover, though, pretty easily because of the Keeper of the Light. I mean, we've seen this in previous games. Oh, top lane. Why? This might finally be First Blood, and it is going over to the Keeper of the Light. This lane combo is so strong, and they play it so dang well. Yarn gonna get the creep pull. Well done. And the stack. Okay, that's good. That creep wave is giga dead.
Yep. All right, Sabo rotating in. Gonna deny the rune here from the Storm Spin, and yeah, HQ gonna go over to this other one.
That's such
Very
a huge,
nice.
Yeah, it's so important that this happens actually. Sabo just T-posing on him basically, like, hey man, what's up?
Yeah, I think just trying to get him to waste as much time walking as far forward as you can possibly get him to do. Or we go T-posing. I like T-posing better. What's he up to now?
He's looking for the bounty. He's seeing if it's up here, I think.
Yeah, they only managed to claim that one. Del. Maybe he sits on top of the camp and blocks it at 5 minutes. Alright, no, he's not going to do that either.
Ooh, Lukey is probably dead here in the top lane. Why? Gonna go down, so it is a trade at least, but Lukey getting a little bit too aggressive here as the Lifestealer are able to just constantly beat down this Mars. Does he have Bulwark yet? Alright, he does have a single point of Bulwark.
There is little hope for Radiant's
Man, look at Ray Lisa just getting constantly zoned from the mid lane. Zabo is just putting in some work. The trade-off, though, is Sword is really struggling here. He actually might die.
No, he's got
he's got raindrops.
Raindrops. Yeah.
Okay.
Magic Wand too. 8 charges. We sort of fine. But now Yaren's having to blast out waves to get rid of Lisa back in this one. Once he gets level 6, he does have some kill potential here off onto the SF. But at that point, the SF will probably send himself out some raindrops there and got himself a Magic Wand.
It's gonna be a 3-man gang top now.
Raindrops here.
They're gonna rotate the Earth Spirit up here since they saw Coddle mid, and they might be able to find a kill onto Lukey. The problem is the wave is super far in. They're still gonna go for it. Rolling Boulder does connect the Boulder kick into the Inkswell. God's Rebuke comes out, but the Rage and Lukey Not gonna be able to survive that. Nice play here from Wind and Rain.
That is for the master. There is no master.
Luki's game very much hamstringed here.
Yeah, I mean he's doing okay as far as net worth goes. He actually tied with the Storm Spirit, but you don't want to go down. You don't want to be giving up these kills to the Life Stealer. This guy is just going to pop off, and he's trying to play this game fast. Not going for Maelstrom either. He's just going straight armlet build.
Yeah, exactly what we saw last game out of Creep, right? The difference is last game the Juggernaut was a non-factor. He had no game, and this time instead Creep on the Troll Warlord is doing fantastic. He's having a great time. As a result, he might actually, if he gets a root onto Timber, could maybe have found the kill there, but no battle trance yet, so no attack speed to offer there.
Nice. Earns up onto his sword. Healed him up a little bit. He's usually want to be level 5 at this point in the game on Timber, so I'll probably get it off all these creeps though. There's a very big wave on him.
Nice TP mid to refill the bottle as he's just been unable to cap any of these runes. All of the water runes as well as now the DD rune have gone the way of the Shadow Fiend, right? So
Yep.
Ray Lisa just playing very far from behind. They're actually just going to go in and try and blow up this Shadow Fiend, the Vortex, into the Requiem. Yeah, he's going to get the Storm. Oh, they don't actually find the kill. Shadow Fiend. Oh, no. Yeah, that is...
Oh, my God.
Ray Lisa, I mean, you can dodge Requiem with Ball Lightning, but...
Your timing has to be exact, though. You have to be a little bit distance away from him for Ball Lightning through the Requiem coming out onto you. Just because they've got like a large space in the air.
He's gonna just... He's got a bounty rune on the side too. Ray Lisa's game is really sad. You know whose game isn't sad though? Yaren's on the Keeper of the Lights once again.
Yeah.
Pretty much as always. Oh, that sentry. Actually, this is a really defensive sentry on the side of DogChamp there.
You mean this one over here?
The one in the mid lane behind their ward.
Yeah, here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't manage to catch... Wait, the enemy sentry has caught that observer ward, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the ward is scouted as a result, but their sentry doesn't see it.
Yeah, it's a little bit too far towards their side.
Okay, so here's the thing, Neff. You have a little bit of a net worth lead on DogChamp, right? But that's mainly just because Coddle is... you know, 4th on net worth. This is what always happens when we see Yaren's Keeper of the Light. Luki's lane as well as Ray Lisa's lane has been sacked a little bit.
Yep. I mean, Ray Lisa will catch back up. He'll be able to spam Chakra Magic off on him while he farms the jungle with these static remnants. He's got 4 points into it now. Usually a little bit more kill potential if you put the extra points into Overload because you spam out that Ball Lightning. But he suffered a lot when he went down, and Shadow Fiend, managed to find that kill on the Storm Spit. You get an Arcane Ring, it's a nice find.
Yep. Shadow Fiend finds a even nicer item there. Fairy Trinket.
Any extra HP you can get on your SF feels absolutely amazing. You tank up, punish the enemies for diving you. But again, you're forced to build so many defensive items on this hero. He's going Yule's first, Blink Dagger second, then BKB third.
Yeah, I mean, Yule's Blink is just a basically one-shot Storm Spirit, right? If there's no save, the Storm Spirit's dead.
Yep.
You also can just use it to blow up the Oracle in fights. But that's going to be a little bit riskier since there is a lot of follow-up if he does try and make that play.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now,
Looks like they are going to try and make a dive here onto B9. Yaren rotating over. He might be able to keep himself alive for the moment. No, nice stun in from the Inkswell. The Boulder Kick ends up finding it. And on the backside of the fight, Madara's trying to find Yaren. He's just trying to stand himself in the trees. Wow, he
cut the trees for him.
Sword cut the trees for him. Yeah, I was like, he's stuck, but then Sword's chakra him. Okay.
Thank you very much. I'll walk away from that one.
Don't mind if I Scooby-Dooby-Doo, as you like to say right now?
Absolutely. I'm glad that I'm rubbing off on you in a positive way.
Yeah, of course.
Ray Lisa's gonna continue jungling up. I mean, he's not really closing the gap in the net worth lead, but it's not getting any worse. A nice find that Possessed Natural World is gonna be very happy to take that one.
Yeah, bottom lane Yaren just trying to keep this tower alive as long as possible. He's definitely dead here, but he's slowing down the pushes, and that's all you can really ask out of the Keeper of the Light. Top lane, Yule's onto the Mars. A little bit afraid to chase this as you can just drop the arena. Yeah, that's exactly what you just back off. Top lane creep. We saw him go toe-to-toe with the Lifestealer a moment ago and took 0 damage as he just beat down that Lifestealer, no problem at all. And they're gonna go ahead and TP in the Timber Saw as well. So they do want to fight.
And it looks like they realize what they're up to here on DogChamp. Everyone just makes the call disengage. TPs are available on basically everybody other than Troll Warlord. You can just move into this triangle and farm it, and yeah.
Yeah, they see Timber Saw, so Ray Lisa goes bottom.
Yeah, the great migration.
Yes.
Mid tower getting shoved in. I mean, you have the same sort of problems you had in game number 1 on DogChamp, though. We're 11 minutes in, you haven't really put pressure on any of these towers at this point. They're able to respond to all of them so well on Wind and Rain. Again, I'm a little bit hesitant of what this SF is going to be able to provide as the game goes on. He's done a decent job in his lane, though. He's doing a slightly better than the Kunkka did against the Storm Spirit last time. He's doing a good job of shutting down Ray Lisa's game.
Oh,
but,
what a scam.
Yeah. And he's out.
That's a dead Storm Spirit for sure.
Yeah.
That was so sick. I mean, they knew he had to be in the jungle somewhere because, you know, they saw him show bottom. He has no TP. And as a result, a lot of time wasted on Shadow Fiend and the Earth Spirit, and they're going to get top tower. So it ends up being DogChamp that take the first tower of this game. And most of this is due to the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, that would have been a kill for sure, because he just completed his Yules on the SF, right? He's hunting for a Requiem kill. They might find a kill onto Yara instead here. Sabo looks like he's thinking about it. But Madara looks like he wants level 2 Requiem before he makes any plays. In fact, it looks like he wants his BKB. He started to work on that instead of his Blink Dagger. He might just opt to, you know, playing very defensively, not giving up this net worth lead that he has.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
Top lane, they do have a ward sentry here that does see Lukey, so Grimstroke, I mean, there's no way he gets caught, right? Okay, he is gonna get caught, it seems. Nice Phantom's Embrace. Does he just drop the arena? He does, misses, but the spear, that will find him mid lane. There's also a dive, a nice magnetize onto Yarn. Rayla Lisa can offer some assistance. Grimstroke finally does go down to the top lane, but it's Sword. That's the kill you want to get. Creep looking to drive farther, but I believe they saw the Shadow Fiend there for a moment, and it is time to disengage. Ends up being a 1 for 0 on the map. Lukey going to be able to continue pressure the top tower, though, until Timbersaw. Never mind. He's out.
Oh, I mean, that was a very quick TP reaction from top lane. Like, the moment they killed Grimstroke, could turn their eyes from the bottom.
Zabo going in really far here. Yep, they got him.
Too many heroes.
I guess they didn't have vision of the ones behind him, but
I feel like even that's optimistic. Beside their tier 1 tower, they were all just mid a moment ago.
Yeah.
They'll probably all be somewhat close to the mid lane. Now Madara trying to shove lanes in. I mean, once you get the BKB, you're in a little bit more trouble, I feel. He's going to be able to play a lot further forward, a lot more aggressive. Lifestealer still needs a couple of items before he's online. He's working on Satanic next. It is crazy that people just go, what, Phase Boots, Armlet, Satanic, and that's the build.
That is, I mean, the Armlet makes a lot of sense. And that early of a Satanic, I think, might get punished because they're going to be lacking damage in fights, potentially. Especially considering Creep almost has a BKB himself. Like, or I guess not almost. He's getting there. And, I mean, Lifestealer and Shadow Fiend are not going to have the damage to kill this Troll Warlord with a BKB.
Speaking of Troll Warlord.
Ooh, did they see the smoke up here? They didn't. Trolls in a pretty awkward situation. However, oh, they see the whirling axes from Fog, of course. Creep in some trouble. The silence does come out. There is a Yules. He can just battle trance. He does. He gets it off before the silence. He's just going to get kited on the backside, but Lukey wrapping around. There's going to be the arena. Can they get him out? They get the false promise, and it's a complete turnaround for DogChamp. They take down Sword. They take down Madara. They take down Y. Question is, can they find more? Zabo? He's out.
It's like Creep, yeah, just couldn't get that battle trance off fast enough. I think you have like a moment of vulnerability the moment you come down from the Yule Scepter now. I think with the old Boulder Smash done on the Earth Spirit, he wouldn't be able to get him.
Well, he did the
wouldn't be able to
grip
get
for
off that battle
silence. I think the issue was there was the Yules. Like they had Phantom's Embrace on the way, and it got canceled because he got Yules, and so he just came down, wasn't silenced, and managed to get that battle trance off.
Just long enough for him to survive, get the battle trance, and then of course B9 comes in on that Oracle, saves the day yet again.
Yeah, that smoke timing from DogChamp was real sick. Now a 2,000 gold lead. Shadow Fiend about to be caught by Storm Spirit in net worth as he finishes up that Orchid, farming with this regen. Very convenient rune. Gonna go for a dive here behind the mid lane. Yarn in a little bit of trouble, able to sidestep for a moment, and now Zabo in a really rough spot. Once again, drops the Magnetize. Lisa still got money to work with. And they'll find Timbersaw as well. 2 more kills going the way of DogChamp here. Punishing War for their over-aggression. Again, trying to get this mid lane tower, but diving instead.
Yeah. Optimistic to say the least.
Oh,
I think they're just
Lukey.
trying to fight.
Finds Y here. He ends up missing the spear. It's one of those things where the spear just barely off the mark. They were inside each other's models there thanks to the phase boots.
We've now run into the SF problem where DogChamp is now strong enough to run at you. Your SF is incredibly fine, but it doesn't matter until he has this BKB.
And even then, it might not be enough. You know, like you're gonna have BKB done on creep even sooner.
Yeah, it's hard to say at the moment. DogChamp are dominating. They're finally starting to find these towers. You're close to a couple of very important timings. So your Lifestealer is what, like 1,200 gold away from finishing up the Satanic, which is a very big one. Counters up that Orchid on the Storm Spirit. Your SF is close to his BKB. He's sitting about 500 gold away from that one. But they're not giving him kind of time.
They got him, and in jumps Lisa. They able to save himself for the moment with that Yules, but just gets sniped by B9. He still has False Promise as well. The question is, can they figure out who to target? They will get the silence on the Oracle. Wide goes down. The Spear, it makes space for B9. He gets the False Promise off Sword. Can't make it on over. Seidsake just gonna go for the Rage TP, and now Sword's in a bad spot all by himself. B9 still managed to survive the whole thing. There's your Battle Trance, and the Maelstrom damage way too much. Lisa double kill, a 3-for-0. Once again for DogChamp, further extending their lead here.
So close to these important items, but they're relentless now on DogChamp, recognizing that they can't afford to give them this kind of time. And SF going down again. He's just become a punching bag for the enemy team now after such a dominating performance in the mid lane. And they waste no time going to Roshan either. The Possessed Mask gonna make it even easier for them. Links this Fate's Edict. You
talked about it, right? The Shadow Fiend is one of those heroes you're like, man, this is a great hero, but he's such...
Until he isn't.
Yeah, he's so susceptible to just getting ran at.
Yeah.
Lisa gets his Aegis.
Yeah, 400 gold away from this BKB yet again. I mean, you can clear out these creeps here, then maybe a small camp he'll finally have it, but this one was slowed down quite a bit by these 2 deaths.
Yeah, I mean, he's now 4th on net worth when previously was so far ahead of everyone. And as a result, the BKB timings from DogChamp are going to be crucial. Another Blink Arena, this one finding wide. Quick pickup there for Lukey on the Mars once again. And just back up to full mana thanks to Keeper of the Light. This is the thing that I will say DogChamp does really well with this Coddle. Yaren just allows his team to make big plays because they're never out of mana or cooldowns, right? Like Mars is ready to fight just after finding a kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh man, the situation is so rough now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
All right, we're almost at the Satanic.
Does it matter though? You have a BKB troll. This is Lifestealer. Yes, he's gonna have Satanic, but who does he even go on? You know? They're not silencing the Lifestealer, they're just ignoring him and killing his entire team.
Yeah, he's gonna need open wounds as well to actually stay on top of these targets. These supports are all quick. It's hard to stay on top of this Mars. He could actually probably stand his ground with Bulwark, right?
When it gets higher level, yeah.
Kyle's just gonna walk away from him. When he activates Bullwhip, he's got almost 500 movement speed. So you can hit him maybe once. Oracle's pretty quick as well. He's gonna be pretty far away on the back line. You have no way of getting on top of him.
B9 can always Fate's Edict Purifying Flames himself and walk away. So there's just not a lot of good targets for the Lifestealer, despite being how farmed he is. Like, that net worth goes a lot further on the Troll Warlord, who has just BKB Maelstrom, now going for a Basher.
They're going for a desperation play here.
Oh, they missed the spear. Sword. He's actually going to be okay because of this on the backside. A nice Soulbind onto 2. However, Troll Warlord, he's in a pretty decent spot still. The BKB going to protect him. Lukey at least gets the arena off in time. Creep trying to do what he can, just force the TP out. And it actually fails.
Anyway.
He just dies.
Yeah, the botch initiation allows him to win this team fight. I mean, we hit all of these timings. It was enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you just stand in place and let Lifestealer click you, it's pretty good.
I mean, the initiation wasn't great, but these items, you know, finally give them enough to stand their ground in these team fights, get that Requiem off. So.
Yeah, they pretty much missed every single spell onto Sword, and then just get soul-binded, and it seemed like DogChamp just, there was a miscommunication of either fight or don't fight.
I missed that fight recap there, but it looked like about a 4K XP swing off the back of that team fight. Things are starting to even out. It's like only a 3-4K difference now between these two teams, so things have gotten a lot more even. Still 5K net worth advantage here for DogChamp, but things become a little bit harder than necessarily had to be with that last team fight.
Yeah, win probability was up to almost 90% at one point, it looked there, and now has started to swing back a little bit for, I mean, it's still definitely in favor of DogChamp, but swung back a little bit for Wind and Rain off of the back of that fight. You still have a Keeper of the Light that is so farmed. Yarn is more farmed than both offlaners and is now itemizing for a Scythe of Vice. You know what you can't purge, neph, with that Satanic?
Is it Hex?
Yeah, it is. You're correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is why you're the best analyst in the biz.
Yep. Basic gameplay mechanics, I got them.
Yeah.
You got
Even the
any questions?
advanced gameplay mechanics.
Just not Maledict.
Just not Maledict, it's fine.
Yeah, no one knows how that spell works.
B9 caught out. Yules does put him in a pretty rough spot. He does have False Promise to try and buy himself some time, but I think, yeah, he's going to drop it. Why not? You know, force Madara to continue to chase him down here. There's no way you survive this. This would be absurd. Okay, yeah. Lukey does have the Burning Spear of Mars, so that's nice.
Sword's got his eyes on other heroes here. Can get his Yules off onto somebody, but...
Ankle's broken by Grandpa's. There's no dust on Zabo. He just blew through so many stones.
How many does he really?
He has 3 left.
Three left.
He blew like 6. He blew like 4 stones just chasing this mid lane.
Trying to get on top of this old man.
Yeah.
All right, Basher now completed on Troll Warlord. This is a big one. You're actually able to stand your ground and fight this Lifestealer now. Lifestealer doesn't really want to go out of his way for this item. He's going for a Satanic instead, so he can continue to trade, potentially survive getting bursted by this Troll Warlord.
I mean, you can't Satanic through Permabash. It's a pretty sick mechanic, as we like to say. Sanj and Yasha, the next pickup for the Troll. He's going AC on Lifestealer. He definitely needs the armor.
Yep. He's just holding onto a Grove Bow here on the Troll Warlord. The extra attack speed, Magic Amp. I guess you get attack range when you switch over to your range form. I guess it's okay, but there weren't really any other neutral items that he wanted to take, so you got to work with what you got.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you have a little bit more Magic Amp for your Maelstrom and Whirling Axes. It's not the worst thing in the world. Could be worse.
Yeah, they'll get to replace it another 2 minutes.
Has Blink. Yeah, he's out. He did go the open wounds on Lifestealer like he talked about.
I'm not sure he is out.
He's just TP. Yeah.
Oh,
wait,
no detection.
he had Yules. Oh, they didn't have detection. It was Glimmer Cape. Okay.
Yep.
Nice played by Yarn. Dude, this Grandpa. How do you stop him?
Yarn has been incredibly powerful this tournament.
Yes, he has.
And it feels like almost every single game he's like borderline MVP.
Yarn is like, the thing with Coddle is like he's such a nice grandpa because he'll like share his meds with you. Like he'll just drop you some Chakra Magic. Oh, you're not feeling so good? All right, here you go. Free. He's
my prescription medication.
He's free healthcare, man. Like look at this guy.
That's a better way to put it. Thank you.
Yeah. Zabo going in, looking for these heroes on the backside. B9 would be the hero. This Infest It's going to get punished. They're going to get the first kill, and now Rayalisa just BKB. He's fine. They can go for the Eul's play, but in Arena, this is why on the spear. Nice Requiem, though, doing some damage. Alicia's holding Storm Spirit in place. Creep, he pops the Battle Trance. He's trying to get that Madara. They do, and now, yeah, this is a Troll Warlord favored engagement. He pops the Rage. He's going to be able to try to heal up a little bit with the Satanic. Can he? Oh, he gets forced after the high ground. Oh, no. Creep, he's got to get out. Zabo up onto the high ground. Not really where you want to be, but the magnetized magic damage is enough. They get the kill. The spear hits Timbersaw. He's burning down. He finds it. Lukey able to at least get the trade there, and now Zabo in a pretty rough spot. Gets that rolling boulder away. Does he have the damage here to find him? He does. He blocks the boulder. Lukey trying to get away from Sword. Has spear heat. What? Oh, he was glimmered? Wait, what happened?
There's coming there, I believe. It ends up getting away there on Saba. I was watching that team fight. I'm pretty sure it was.
Or I just expected Lukey to spear Sword and run for the Earth Spirit and then leave, but
yeah, missed that. Did you see that? I'm pretty sure that was Yaren who force-staffed the Troll Warlord onto the high ground there, by the way.
It was. He definitely force-staffed him away from the Lifestealer because Lifestealer, like, ink-swelled, satanic, and raged, and he got stunned by the ink-swell. He's like, oh, I'll just force-staff you, brother. Don't worry about it. And, you know.
I'll save this team fight.
Oh.
All right, we've got a pause coming out. Get a moment to break down that last engagement. It looked basically over for them. There's no way the Lifestealer was going to be able to stand his ground against the Troll Warlord or the Basher, and had maxed out attack speed, 12 Fever stacks off onto him. You're sitting at the 700. I went ahead and I looked there. He was just done for, I was certain.
Yeah. There are many ways to beat Troll Warlord in a fight, and one of them, ignoring him, putting him on a cliff. That works pretty well.
That's an NA special, is putting the carry on a cliff in order to win the game.
Usually not done by your own team, but, you know.
Yeah. What can you do?
What can you do? Get spider legs later. That's what you do.
Yeah. Yarn's got big dreams. Still going for the sheep stick next. Actually has enough money for his Mystic Staff right now. It's more than halfway there. That one is going to be big. Get that off on a Lifestealer before the team fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't feel as good on the Keeper of the Light as it used to, though. You used to have like 350 cast range talent, so it's just like super ownage. Cast the sheep stick from orbit. You know, you have to get a little bit closer to him. Probably a little bit closer than you want to get in these team fights from Coddle. That last team fight, they almost won the engagement there from Madara's Requiem. It separated them long enough from the Troll Warlord that I thought they'd be able to blow him up, but he was able to stand his ground.
Yeah. The other big problem with that fight is Rayalisa, even though he was BKB'd, got caught by the Soulbind, and so he was unable to get away from the Lifestealer, essentially. And that's a huge issue. He needs to be able to kite that hero around. Mid lane, they do find Coddle, but again, Grandpa skedaddles. Don't mind me.
Yep. Bloody Nine sees them all in the mid lane, takes advantage of that, does some dewarding of sentries around where the last team fight was, so we're trying to reclaim the enemy team's jungle.
They do have good vision here to play with. You know, the high ground ward up here is always incredibly value. On the backside, Lukey.
They don't see each other, these two teams. Now they finally see him on the side of the Dire.
Yeah, I mean, they saw Lukey walk up. They know there's a ward there. They actually ping it, thinking it's up on the high ground, but it's actually below. Do they have a sentry to work with? They don't. Well, at least not yet. Creep's just going to channel onto that outpost and give themselves a little bit more vision, eliminate that TP point, and Sword's like, yeah, don't mind if I do. I'll just do that right back.
You know, Creep finds himself a Titan Sliver a moment ago.
This is getting absurd. They infest. They're ready to go. Zabo. Question is, who do they find? They get B9. That's the big find. He gets silenced up, force staffed, but he's dead on the backside of the fight. They take down Y, which means there is no Soulbind. He's going to buy back into the game. Sword bashed up, rooted up. They get the kill. Coddle. They still can't find him. He's going to just TP out there on the Shadow Fiend and in the trees. We'll do the same thing on the Lifestealer. No Blind Spear. A little bit too late. The TP already successful, but I mean, 2 for 1. Force a buyback on both supports.
Yep. I mean,
Roshan up
B9
at 17.
the ping. Yeah, he pinged out the pit immediately. They know it's going to be soon. Taking advantage of the fact that they were forced to leave the fight, start shoving down the bottom tier 2 tower. Doesn't keep himself on the tower, so this is going to make them a little bit more nervous to take the Roshan here when it spawns.
Dire's top tower is under
Usually, when you're playing on Radiant, you see the enemies go for that tier 2 in the bottom lane. You're like, all right, it's safe for us to take Roshan, especially when we have the shrine available. Or we've just taken the shrine. Now you're a little bit more hesitant because he's not showing himself.
There's a lot of vision, wind, and rain's jungle here, and I think, ooh, yep, he's gonna get the high. Oh, he's not gonna walk on the high ground for the ward. That feels pretty bad.
Dire's top tower is under
I think
attack.
the ward's like up on the high ground, but it's actually, oh, there it is, the zip in. They're able to find the one, but Soulbind is available. Satanic immediately. There's gonna be the disarm under the troll. They take down the Earth Spirit. And Sate on the life source, gotta be careful. I mean, going on to B9, he's just gonna keep himself alive. And Requiem, he goes to channel, but the BKB already expired. Sword able to make it away, but Ray Lisa just gonna continue the chase here on to Y. I don't even know where this life stealer is at this point.
He's on Oracle. He's way too far away from the fight. Now he just
They
got
have vision,
disengaged.
actually. They could go for him. Nah, they go Roche. Yeah, they're just gonna go Roche.
No. I mean, the Oracle forces the lifestealer to commit onto him in that team fight, and he has to commit onto him for so long. He ends up popping his ultimate onto himself there on B9, but it doesn't matter. The wins the fight because lifestealer's not part of it.
Yeah. And that's going to be your Aegis, your Cheese, and your Shard. And Grandpa gets the Shard. You now have Recall, an ability that used to be free on this hero. That was just crazy to think about.
Now you have to pay 1,400 gold for it.
And it's still so strong.
As you said earlier, meds are no longer free with Grandpa. That's 1,400 gold. Moving him around the map.
Oh, I'm sorry. Storm
Assisting
Spirit, are you
team.
in base getting all your mana back? Oh, nice. Well, now you're not.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
cool. You now have that Bloodstone completed on Storm Spirit. You're going to start converting heroes into mana and health regen. Always a very nice feature of that item. Madara bottom lane, I mean, the Shadow Fiend, I don't know how many times we've talked about this, right? Like, felt very strong early, and then...
There's the sheep stick. Grandpa finishes it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, this is worth the interruption. What is there to say about Shadow Fiend? There is a lot to be said about Yaren's Coddle as he is about to catch Shadow Fiend in net worth. He's just going Aeon Disc, brother. How do you kill him?
There's no solution to him anymore. He's become too powerful.
He is simply too powerful. There's a reason Yaren's Coddle is feared, right, in the NA DPC. A lot of teams ban it out. We saw Wind and Rain ban it out. His Techies is godlike, and it's banned first phase every game against this team. But what do? You just give this man any of his heroes, and you're gonna struggle. Satanic, the next item for the Troll Warlord. He's honestly not too far away either.
Yep. Trying to match.
Yaren just hexes the Shadow Fiend top lane.
He's panicking, blinks out, starts running towards his base.
Guys, I don't know where he is, but I'm afraid, yep, they're going to find Y as he went for the channel on that outpost. And that is all the information you need. And Luki looking for Shadow Fiend. His smoke's going to pop. He knows.
He's
Oh.
going to know that he's in those trees.
He says screw it. Doesn't want to go for it. All right. He does have BKB now. A big pickup there on Luki. The Aeon Disc. Bloody Nine just about 40 gold short, so he's about to have that completed. A big pickup for him. Again, as these fights, as the Lifestealer just did everything he could to bring down B9, which is going to be that much more difficult as soon as he has this Nullifier. And Creep, tier 2 tower is going to give him that money.
Dire's middle tower.
As well as Creep Satanic, I think.
Still a little ways away.
Stupendous.
He's getting there soon. He's saving up. Needs another 800 gold for that. Closer and closer, and I think that's when they're going to be ready to actually shove in this high ground. They want to do it with this Aegis and Satanic timing. Storm Spirit finishing up that Bloodthorn as well. Something else that they're going to have around the same time when Satanic is completed. He's sitting 300 gold away now.
We saw him go Bloodthorn in the last game, and it's one of those items that I feel like is such a... I don't know how to describe it. We'll come back to it in a moment. Timbersaw gonna get picked off here. Nice find, good ward. An immediate smoke comes in from DogChamp, and they just want to keep this momentum going. Maybe even forcing the buyback on the Timbersaw here, who, I mean, gosh, Timbersaw is struggle bus this game.
There's the Satanic. There's the Bloodthorn. They're ready. Nothing else to wait for. They hit their timing.
They get the Shadow Fiend, the Vortex. He just gets hexed and he's dead. Oh my gosh, he has buyback, but coming back with only 12 Necromastery stacks feels so rough. The Soulbind committed means there's nothing left in the tank here to stop Raylalisa from doing this again. Creep's gonna be able to take that first tier 3 tower. He jumps all the way backside and finds why. Exactly what we're talking about. He's got the damage. The Infest comes out, tries to keep him alive, but an Arena Spear combo gets the kill. You can't, like, if you buy back on Shadow Fiend, you pretty much just lose, right?
Yeah.
And there it is. He's gonna TP to base, be recalled by Yarn on the Keeper of the Light. Immediately, he's gonna come back with full mana once again, and Yarn ready to go.
And you're wondering why they decided to put this 1,400 gold cost. This is just ridiculous. There's nothing they're able to do now. I mean, buyback isn't available for this Grim
Mid
Trophy.
lane,
They're still on
they get the Hex, they find the Lifestealer, the Bloodthorn is there, can they keep him alive? He gets played by the Lotus, but the 2-man Spear is too much. They get another 2 kills, they buy back the Earth Spirit, you don't have a Lifestealer, and DogChamp are, they're an unstoppable force, neph.
Yeah, wasting no time here. Just trying to go for throw now. They know SF. He's got very little souls to work with. Lifestealer, no buyback available. They're looking to end this game.
Creep still got Battle Trance. The bashes they're available. Timbersaw, he's going to go down. Does have buyback. He's going to be forced to use it. Shadow Fiend saving his for next game. Respawns now. And Creep, he's got a BKB. I'm expecting him to just take the throne in a moment. Jumps in on Zaba, the BKB, the Requiem. It comes out, but the bash. Creep doesn't care. Yules for a moment, but triple kill for the Troll Warlord. GGs are out, and DogChamp maintain a perfect record.
Dropping the first series here, first game rather, in the DPC, but amazing performance so far. And congratulations to them for managing to close this out. Not a great way to start, dropping the first game against Wind and Rain, who don't have an amazing record, but you know, they said that they'd have a flawless victory inside DPC, and so far they have. Haven't played against their greatest competition yet, which is D2 Hustlers, but very much looking forward to that one.
Dude, that series is going to be so wild.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Wind and Rain, you know, they did tons of prep work for this one. They knew what they were getting into. They knew the threats. They ban out the Pangolier, the techies. They picked these counters to the Raylalisa Storm Spirit, and, you know, they shut them down the first game. They had tons of disables. They shut them down the second game with... the mid matchup with the Kunkka managed to outfarm him like 800 gold, and this game as well, you know, managed to find that kill on a Storm Spirit. At 10 minutes in, he's 1,000 net worth ahead of him this game. It was even worse for them, but you're still playing in SF. Raylalisa eventually is going to find a way back in. Doesn't matter how hard you shut him down. He just always seems to find a way, this guy.
Dude, and then the Hex itemization, like, Lifestealer completely countered, right? You build this Satanic, you build this Arma, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna be good. I'll be able to just Satanic Rage, and then just gets hexed into a spear, and suddenly all of your team fight, all of your net worth that you've been accruing on this hero is just useless. So incredible itemization from DogChamp, honestly. Fantastic play from Yarn. I think you and I'd probably both agree the MVP of this game. Just delayed Wind and Rain from doing anything.
Yeah, MVP of this series. You know, Sabo, he played an amazing game one, I got to say, but Yarn popping off every single game. You know, pretty good for a European.
Pretty good. Yeah, we'll give him that one. Yeah, I mean, we've got a second series coming up today. That is not our only game. You know, we do the best we can here on the NADPC, giving everyone the freshest games. And that one's going to be 5-man Midas versus D2 Hustlers, like Neph mentioned. And D2 Hustlers sitting with as well with an undefeated record currently at 5-0. We can take a look at the bracket for that one. Or the groups, let's see here. We've got D2 Hustlers 5-0, 10-2. DogChamp, they're going to be moving up to 5-0, 10-1. And another loss from Wind and Rain is going to drop them to 0-4 at 2-8. So looking pretty good for DogChamp. But D2 Hustlers, man, they are so dang strong right now. How do you stop this team?
It's going to be hard. If anyone can do it, it's going to, either be. I was thinking Bacado squad might have been able to do it. I'm thinking D2 Hustlers might have been able to do it, but the team relegated down from the upper division, they might be able to do it as well. Of a solid roster, D&M formerly playing with tons of international players. I'm sure tons of experience under his belt. RL, Aikster, absolutely love that guy. Lies, the two. It's bound to be a solid match as well. They've been underperforming a little bit, but I imagine at this point, they're ready to bounce back and show their stuff.
Yeah, they're pulling it back together. All right, everyone. That being said, we're going to be throwing into a little bit of a break here, and we'll be back with our second series. Again, 5-man Midas versus D2 Hustlers. Everyone, stay tuned. We'll see you after the break.